There we are. How's the lighting?
We're live on Facebook. Welcome to the Sunday Cookalong. We're live on YouTube too. Okay.
What's up, guys?
We're gonna get started right away because this is a really long recipe.
We'll give it like a 3-minute break.
Fine. But we're making pumpkin cheesecake bites. So we're doing 2 layers. You don't have to, but we're going to. So we'll have the coconut flour crust, the cheesecake layer, and then the pumpkin cheesecake layer. And then we're gonna bake them.
We're doing 2 layers?
Yeah, you said you wanted to. I said we didn't want to.
Oh.
Remember, do you want to or not?
Up to you. I don't care. Because it doesn't really change the taste, right? It's just for looks.
No, it's just for looks. So I guess we won't do. We'll just do a full-on cheesecake cupcake. But you guys, if you want to do the separate layer, if you want to impress someone, then feel free to do that. It's super easy.
And I saw a lot of people on Instagram had the ingredients ready to go, so
Yay!
this will be fun. So which one are we going with, layers or no?
No layers.
Okay.
We're going to keep it easy. But you guys can do the layers.
How do you do the layer? Just lay it out for them.
I will do it. I'll talk about it when I'm making it.
Okay. What else is new today with you?
Nothing.
You got a new dress on.
I've worn it before already, but yeah, it's a big sweater dress. It's super comfortable. I think I got it Forever 21, and it's super cheap, so I highly recommend it. This is, what size is this?
It's a 6.
Oh, I got a 6 for like just one size up, so it's like super comfy and baggy, so I highly recommend it. They have different styles too, so like if you don't want the New York one, you know, gray one.
What's a good dairy-free option for cream cheese?
There is none.
There isn't really one that will replace cream cheese for this recipe.
For the cheesecake, yeah.
But I think coconut cream's a decent option. Julius, come on. Hey.
What does he see?
He sees himself in the TV.
In the TV. He always sees his reflection and gets so riled.
Where do you guys live? We live in Atlanta.
Georgia.
Hey guys, cooking along, but making the non-Italian eggplant manicotti instead.
Ooh. We should meet up. We should bring the cheesecakes. You bring the manicotti. So this is very exciting. Just turn the TV off.
Well, I want to continue watching the documentary, guys.
The Keto cream cheese might work. Oh, I guess that could work. That'd be interesting to try. If you do try with the Keto cream cheese, let us know.
Yeah, we've never actually tried that. It's made out of what, cashews or almonds or something?
Mega is not pregnant. Someone just made a comment saying I'm trying to cover up my pregnancy belly, and now people think I'm pregnant. I would, trust me, I would share that. I'm not.
Oh, and then in our original recipe, there's erythritol, but we're actually going to try doing it with no erythritol.
With just liquid
stevia?
stevia, but you guys can use the erythritol. I will give you like the actual recipe as I'm going along, and also tell you the changes we're making.
Because someone's asking for substitutions for erythritol.
So we're going to use liquid stevia for the substitution because we don't want erythritol.
The Detroit fan moves to Atlanta. The jokes. Now, most people, I mean, Detroit fans, I don't know what the jokes would be. What would the jokes be there? Because I feel like Detroit is generally joked about pretty heavily, like around the country.
Someone doesn't like your hat.
You like the hat? It's for the Eagles. Mega made me get this one.
Good afternoon, kids. I loaned your cookbook to my friend, and she had to order one up. Have fun. Thanks so much. Oh, that's sweet. Thanks for sharing your cookbook.
A lot of people like the cinnamon cake. My girlfriend is making keto pie tonight.
Ooh. So what you could do with this recipe, if you didn't want to do pumpkin, you could also just like do a plain cheesecake, leave out the pumpkin.
Yeah.
You could also do cinnamon. You can put in like cinnamon spice. You can put in cocoa powder. You can really have fun with it.
And I'm really having a lazy Sunday over here today. I started watching this documentary. It's called The Surrounding Game. It's about the board game Go. And there was one other documentary we watched on Go, too. It's pretty interesting. Because it's like, the people are really smart, and they just play for years and years and years.
Okay, I'm going to get started, guys.
Okay.
So the recipe says to crumble the cold butter into the coconut flour.
We're making a crust here.
But you don't have to, right? Because it all melts together anyway.
Yeah, I don't think you have to.
So we're going to start with the crust. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter in a microwave mixing bowl.
And we're making the crust.
That's what I said.
Okay, so the crust is with coconut flour, right?
Yeah, so you want to list off the ingredients for the crust?
If you don't have coconut flour, you can also look up an almond flour pie crust online and substitute that. But for the crust,
you can even do it crustless in cups. It's the power.
So for this, we're doing half a cup of, and how many does this make? It makes about 11 to 12 cupcakes.
Yeah.
So we're doing half a cup of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of erythritol. That's the original recipe. We're going to omit that.
Yeah.
We're going to omit that.
We're going to do stevia.
A half tablespoon of coconut oil.
Yep.
And a little bit of vanilla extract. Your cheesecake filling is great. Question, when I mix, I still get a crunch from the sugar substitute. Should I use the powder? Yeah, if you use the powdered version, you'll get less of that for sure. Your FB Live is blurred. Is it? Reception is bad. Yeah, a few people saying reception is bad. Picture not buffering, not a smooth video.
Oh, let me see.
What network are you on?
Sorry, I'm on the wrong internet.
Oh boy.
Can't I just change it and it'll work?
Hopefully.
I don't know why it doesn't default.
You gotta forget the old network. Okay, so the Facebook thing is messed up for a little. Mega should do hair care videos. Do you do anything special for hair care?
As in, like, I should care for my hair more, or
No.
I should show you what I do?
Show what you do.
Oh, I literally do nothing. I wash it every 3 days, and I just let it dry.
I always tell her she should be an IG model.
Do you always tell me
I
that?
always tell you that, yeah. Whenever we see IG model pictures, I'm like, you should do some of those.
Okay, so my butter is melted, and since it's hot, I'm just gonna add my coconut oil to it, and the coconut oil will melt it.
Okay, so the Facebook isn't working.
Can you imagine that, please?
How about keto for your baby's name? That would just be, we'd be crazy at that point, right? Naming your baby keto. I can see someone doing that, right?
Yeah, someone crazy.
How much? Just a half tablespoon?
Yeah.
Can we tell them our baby idea names?
I feel like we have in videos.
Mega's #1 baby name is Jemima,
Yeah.
that she wants. And then I really like the name Caius.
Okay, sorry, Facebook. We are
For a
back
guy.
with you. So we're still just making the crust, and the internet should be good now.
Keto coffee at Starbucks, good or bad? Well, they don't really make keto coffee, but what I usually just get is heavy cream, but you can even get them to do the butter in the mix, can't you?
Yeah.
You can get them to steam heavy cream, and sometimes they'll add like a packet of Kerrygold butter if you ask them. Are y'all expecting? No, we're not expecting. When are you guys filming the reaction video for Gabby Hanna's video? I don't know. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
We haven't watched the video yet, but I know she only does it for a week, so I can only imagine like her results. She probably quit when she got to like the keto food, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Sorry. Let me just put my hair up.
What was the secret you would say on IG in the morning? Did I miss it?
What?
Secret?
Oh, we turned down MTV True Life. They wanted to have us on.
MTV True Life.
Okay, so I've got the crust, we got the butter and the coconut oil, and now I'm just going to add the remaining ingredients. So I'm going to do half a teaspoon vanilla extract.
And we might not be able to complete this whole recipe on this live because I have a hard cutoff at 1 p.m. The football starts.
And we're also going to do some salt, some stevia. So since it's 2 tablespoons of stevia, how much would you say?
What?
Like a quarter teaspoon
For how many drops?
for 2 tablespoons of erythritol.
Yeah, just do a quarter.
We're gonna do a quarter teaspoon liquid stevia. We're kind of just eyeballing it, so we'll find out what happens.
Thank you for the weight loss courses. They're great. Oh, we're glad you're liking them. Did you see Sean Baker got a coronary artery calcium score of 0 after eating carnivore for years?
No, that's great.
Well, he hasn't been eating carnivore for years. It's been like a year. But no, I didn't see that. But that is definitely encouraging because after his cholesterol or like what was it? His fasting blood glucose was like crazy high. So that gave me like a little bit of caution for sure. But if he has a 0 coronary artery calcium score and he's how old? He's like 51 or something?
Yeah, I think he's.
That's a pretty good sign for sure.
Okay, so I also added my coconut flour and now I'm just gonna mix everything together.
I broke up
with
with
a
the
whisk.
lion.
You have to let me also talk about
I'm
the
sorry.
recipe.
I'm sorry. So she is making the crust right now.
I'm whisking it together.
It shouldn't really come all the way together, right?
Yeah.
You press it into the
You'll be
mold.
pressing it into your muffin mold.
I broke up with the lion, said someone. Yeah, probably a good decision. My NFL team, I don't really have one. I root for the Eagles because Mega likes them.
Okay, so I have my silicone muffin mold here. We're gonna do, I think 11 is what the recipe calls for, so we'll try and get 11 out of this. The crust is pretty thin. We don't like a thick crust, so just distribute your crust amongst 11 or 12, whatever you want, and then you're gonna press it down using your fingers.
How many drops of stevia do you put in your coffee?
I just like pour the bottle over.
Yeah, I
I don't
probably do
like-
like 15.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Sneak in some can of butter,
Oh, I should
said
grease
someone.
this.
Someone on here is always talking about can of butter.
But, sorry if you guys started. I'm gonna grease this real quick.
You're really flustered over here, it seems.
Yeah, because you're just like all over the place. Okay. Coconut oil spray.
What's your opinion on Bangs? I think you mean the Bang energy drink, but I want to actually give my opinion on Bangs, the hairstyle.
And then I'm using a paper towel because there's a lot of spray. I don't want it too greasy. And I'm just like getting all the sides, the edges, with the paper towel like that.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of Bangs.
Yeah, I don't like them either. They don't look good on me at least.
Like 1 in 10 people that has Bangs, I'm like, she's kind of pulling it off, but most of the time I think it's not really working. But Bang energy drink, we actually got sent a few, I think.
I threw most of them out. They're down there.
Mega, I don't really drink energy drinks. Mega drinks them, but she doesn't drink creatine, and there's
Yeah.
creatine in the Bang energy drink, so she doesn't really drink them.
I don't know why you would ever do that.
No, she's not pregnant, guys.
Who's that? With my dress?
When will drunk Mega return? Well, there's no such thing as drunk Mega. It's actually Bad Bobby. So I don't know when Bad Bobby will return. We're going to Las Vegas this weekend, so maybe then.
But we're not recording anything.
Yeah, our parents are meeting for the first time.
I want to do it, but Matt doesn't want to.
Do what?
Record. You haven't really answered any questions.
No, there's mostly just chatter. There's not really a bunch of questions.
That's cool. Okay, so I spread out the crust and now I'm going to pat it in with my fingers. Pat it down.
A lot of people hating on Bangs now. Are there any decent organic options at Walmart? Organic, like for what? Like for veggies, for meats? I think Walmart has some grass-fed meats available. We generally don't really shop for meat at Walmart. We get it from, where do we get meat from mostly now?
We just have a lot sent to us from like Butcher Box.
Yeah, we've been working through that, but we go to like Kroger. Sometimes we go to Whole Foods. I've been getting the salmon from Whole Foods that I really like.
And they have some nice steaks there.
Join late. What's the crust made of again?
Coconut flour, but tell them all the ingredients.
It's coconut flour, a half cup, some sweetener. We're using stevia, a half tablespoon of coconut oil, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Did you put salt?
Some salt and half a teaspoon of
And a
vanilla.
little vanilla. Walmart does have grass-fed meat. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. We just don't normally shop there for meat. Okay, so my crust is patted down. I am going to put this in my oven, 350 degrees, for 10 minutes, 10 to 12.
I bought MCT oil, then I realized I don't have anything to put it in because I don't drink coffee. Have any suggestions? You can do salad dressings, just don't go too overboard with it. You can do tea. Mega does like bulletproof tea sometimes. Yeah, smoothies. You can even substitute just a little bit of it in for recipes, in for like coconut oil, any kind of fat source. You can just sub a little bit of MCT oil in.
Okay, now that the crust is in the oven, I'm going to start making the filling, the best part.
Does Julius have to go out?
Yeah. Julius, come on.
Do you think it's important to have higher fat grams and protein grams at every meal? I think that's a pretty good like rule to have, but I wouldn't be overly strict about it. Like once in a while, I have more protein than fat at a meal. What did you learn from the diet doctor when you were with him? I feel like we didn't really learn too much because we were mostly filming videos.
For them.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to make the filling, and hopefully you put out your cream cheese because it's supposed to be room temperature. And I'm going to put that in a large mixing bowl. But if you didn't put it out and it's not room temperature, you can microwave it for like maybe like 20 seconds. I would do. That should soften it up.
Or you can do it on like defrost mode for a couple minutes. Someone on Facebook is saying, is there a way to cook salmon so it isn't so dry?
Yeah, Matt does it really well.
I do, thank you. I like to just sear it on the outside, and I think if you get a kind that has skin on, it's gonna preserve some of the like tenderness.
Yeah.
But you just don't want to not overcook it. Basically, I cook mine. The middle of it is like still cold and rare, basically, when I cook it.
But even if you do a little past that point, it's not rare. It can still not be dry. You're probably just cooking it too long.
If you get a thick piece of salmon, like about 1.5 inches thick, it's pretty much like 3 minutes per side, and you're good to go.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just cream this cream cheese. Since it's in block form, I'm going to use a hand mixer to do that. So I'm going to do that over there real quick.
You're going to use a hand mixer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Be right back.
Mega's going to the hand mixing station. I cook whole salmons. That's interesting. I've never really seen a whole salmon available for purchase before. Yeah, Will Fournette start. That's what I'm worried about. I have him on my fantasy team. Best alternative to whey protein in some of your recipes. There isn't really a great alternative to whey protein in the recipes. I think maybe you could try like egg protein, beef protein they make. You can try like a plant-based protein, but really you can't use like coconut flour or almond flour to substitute for it.
Okay, so now I'm just going to add basically all of the remaining ingredients, and then I'm just going to combine it with a hand mixer again. So that is 5 tablespoons of erythritol. So if you're using that, use 5 tablespoons of erythritol. But we're going to use liquid stevia. So I'm going to do, what, like 3/4 of a teaspoon, do you think?
Yeah. Mega, you are a cheesecake.
Ooh.
Said someone.
To me, that's a compliment.
Of course.
Okay, so let me quickly talk about the layer aspect. So if you want to do the layers, I would put everything into the filling mixture except the pumpkin puree and then the pumpkin pie spice. Leave that out. Use 2/3 of the filling to make the first layer on top of the crust. Then add the pumpkin puree and the pumpkin pie spice to the remaining filling. Mix it and then layer that on top. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Or you could just go to the blog post and read the instructions.
Just do it our way. It's easier. It tastes the exact same. The only difference is it doesn't look as cool.
Look as pretty. Okay. So I got my liquid stevia. Now I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of heavy cream.
How many years have you guys been married? I seem to not know much about you guys. What do you guys do as a daily job? Or are you guys full-time on YouTube? So we actually are not married yet.
We're engaged.
It's in the works though. What about us? What is our daily job? So yeah, we do YouTube as a job, but I consider our job to be more like a food blog, but we also do YouTube.
I'm also doing 3 tablespoons of sour cream.
We have a podcast. We used to be, I was a computer engineer, Mega was a lawyer, but she never actually made it to be a lawyer. She graduated law school. But like right after she graduated, we started doing Keto Connect, and it was picking up, so she quit pretty soon after. We met in San Francisco.
Yes, we did.
Online dating, OkCupid. What else about us?
So I'm gonna open this can. We're doing 6 tablespoons of pumpkin puree, then 1 egg, and 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. But you can up your pumpkin puree. You can up the pumpkin pie spice if you want it like richer in pumpkin flavor. But I think this is the perfect amount.
What was the moment you first fell in love with me?
Probably New Year's. So this was a year into our relationship.
That long?
And he ate meat for me for the first time on New Year's. We had chicken thighs.
And we had little quail eggs, I remember too.
And I really opened up and I shared a lot of personal stuff about like my just history. And he really listened and I was like, okay, maybe he really does care about me.
Do you remember anything special about the quail egg we got?
Yeah. And it happened twice.
Yeah.
Twins.
Egg twins, where you open an egg
Two
and
yolks.
there's 2 yolks.
In a quail egg. Okay. So I'm gonna add 6 tablespoons of pumpkin puree to this mixture. So 6 tablespoons.
Sometimes when I consume Quest or Iso Pure, I feel odd for about an hour afterwards. I feel flush and kind of gross. Any ideas?
Huh.
No, I don't really have ideas about that. I feel flush and kind of gross. So you're getting 30 grams of protein if you're doing like a scoop. I don't know. That doesn't seem too atypical. Maybe you're just like.
Do you have that same reaction with all protein powders or just Quest, you're saying? I'm adding my egg.
Thank you for your easy recipes. I have lost 27 pounds in the last 8 weeks being on keto. Wow.
And my pumpkin pie spice right now. And then I'm just gonna use the hand mixer and mix it.
Man, I love watching live streams while high AF. This is the same guy talking about the can of butter.
So you want to make sure you get all the clumps out. So mix it until it's like clump free. But even if it's not, you'll still just get like maybe little bites of cream cheese here and there. I'm gonna mix this over there. I'll be back to show you how good it was.
Dr. Fung says to not care about calories, but just care about fasting. I can't really talk over the blender.
I know, I stopped because I realized, but.
Dr. Fung says not to care about calories, just care about fasting. I can eat like 4,000 calories in a sitting, so it has to matter. I'm confused as to what calories to keep it around. Yeah, I would not agree with that.
You don't need 6,000 calories in a sitting?
4,000. I'm kind of the same way. Yeah, I can eat like a lot of food in a sitting pretty easily, pretty much any time of day. But yeah, you have to kind of restrict. So the way I do it is I care about calories. I don't really care that much about fasting, but I try to do some fasting once in a while. But I think you have to kind of care about both. It's not really going to be just one or the other.
I'm going to do a quick mix again.
A lot of people saying TJ Yeldon's going to start today. What do you think about that?
I think that's a terrible choice. Okay, so here's my mix. Wow, well, YouTube's very bright, so you can't see, but it's a light orange. It's mixed. There are clumps here and there, but it's not a big deal. It's all going to melt together, and it'll taste delicious.
What are your signs?
I'm a Capricorn. You're a Scorpio.
I heard this in a rap lyric lately. She asked me what's my sign. I said dollar signs.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I'm Scorpio. Can my new job be to answer the chat questions on YouTube? I volunteer as tribute. That could be possible. You could be moderator for sure. Keto/carnivore lost 42 pounds in 56 days.
Cute. She flashed her ring, but she's not wearing it. I never wear mine while cooking either. Yeah, I just don't wear it, but it's here.
I'm gonna let you listen.
Have you ever made this recipe before, or are you winging it before your eyes? No, we've made this recipe before. It's on our food blog. If you look up Keto Connect, pumpkin cheesecake cupcakes, you'll get this exact recipe. And we're just remaking it because it's fall time.
Megan never lets me name the recipes what I really want to name them. This one I wanted to name pumpkin cheesecake cupquakes.
Our crust got a little burned.
Crust got burned.
Because this oven's a lot hotter. So hopefully you kept an eye on yours.
You shouldn't be as hungry once you fast. A few times, hormones will balance, blood sugar will lower, says someone in chat. Suggestions on protein powder without whey. I'm allergic. Well, you could do egg, you could do casein, but a lot of people have bad reactions to casein too. You could try vegan protein, or you can even get like beef protein powder they make now.
Once you pull your crust out, turn your oven down to 300 degrees.
I'm looking forward to meeting y'all in person. Those aren't too burned. We're moving to Villarica, Georgia at the end of the month.
Cool. Okay.
Is there a substitute for sour cream I forgot to buy?
You could probably just leave it out. It gives it that slightly tart flavor, which we like.
You can maybe even do just like a little lemon juice or something. Would that work?
Yeah, you could just leave it out, I'm sure.
Do y'all at least cheat on holidays with family?
If we have to, like if his grandma's feeding me spaghetti and like it's the first time I'm meeting her, I'll have some, but no, we don't.
I typically don't.
Last Christmas, I baked protein cakes and chocolate chip cookies, keto ones, for us to take. So we had those every day we were visiting.
Destination for your next international trip. I don't think we have it picked out yet.
No plan.
But Megan was actually reading through her diary the other day, like from the past couple of years. And at the start of this year, we wrote, one goal is to drive to see the stars at least once per year. And we haven't done it yet.
Yeah. So maybe it's, that seems like America though.
Yeah, but we should try doing it. But next international trip, I don't really have anything in mind. Do you? Maybe India?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, now I'm gonna pour my filling on top of my cups.
Can you lose weight without going into ketosis? Come on, guys. Yeah, you can lose weight just through calorie restriction. Like that's what every person who has lost weight prior to doing keto has done. So yeah. How long do you think it'll take to get back into ketosis after indulging in carbs? I guess it depends on the amount. It's going to depend on your activity level. And a lot depends. Like, I think for someone like me who's been pretty strict about doing keto for 3 years, I'll probably get back into it faster than someone who's been doing it for like a month and then they have a cheat day, because it's more of like my natural state at this point. So Mega's filling the cupcakes here.
Yep. Look at Facebook. Any questions?
Is there eggs in this recipe?
Yeah, there's an egg in the filling.
Okay. Look at Facebook questions. Are you guys strict keto, 20 carbs or less, 50 to 60 grams of protein for women, double fat of protein, or do you have more lazy way of keto? So you are really putting like blanket statements on keto, 50, 60 grams of protein for women. That's not necessarily what you want to do, especially let's say
that's really low.
Yeah, let's say you're a woman with like 100 pounds of lean body mass. You want to do more than 50 to 60 grams of protein for that. But I mean, do we do lazy keto? I would say we do more of a strict form of keto, but we have certain things like, what do we have? Like mug cakes and stuff pretty regularly.
Yeah, protein waffles.
Where is the best place to buy pumpkin puree?
You buy it in the grocery store, in the baking section.
Pretty much every grocery store. All you want to do is make sure that it is 100% pure pumpkin. Don't get like the pumpkin pie filling. Those are already pre-sweetened. Greek yogurt is a good sub for sour cream. That is a great call. Yeah. There's been a lot of hoopla about a British study claiming coconut oil is poison. Could you comment? It's funny that you're calling it a British study because it was literally just an interview with a Harvard professor. So there's no study. It's just a guy being quoted. When will your fans have an opportunity to meet y'all? Meet and greet anyone? I don't like the word fans.
Yeah.
But
meetups are cool though.
We met a lot of people at Keto Con. We had a book signing, and we'll do more of that stuff in the future, I think. But maybe I was thinking the other day we went to this, it was a laser tag, but it was tactical, only headshots, and you had to look down the scope, and it was like a red dot scope. And it was me and Mega versus like two little kids and their dad, and it was really fun. But I was thinking that would be awesome for a keto meetup.
Okay, so hopefully you remember to turn your oven down to 300. We're gonna pop these in the oven. Let me clean my fingers here. Okay, pop this in the oven for 55 to 60 minutes. So we're probably not gonna see the ending of them, but they're gonna be delicious. We'll maybe show you an IG story afterwards.
I vote Bora Bora, said someone. Yeah, they have to go in the oven for 60 minutes, right?
Yeah, 55 to 60.
I can't find pumpkin puree in Indonesia. Can I use an equal amount of freshly pureed pumpkin? That should work. We usually get the silicone cookware, I think, just on Amazon, right?
Yeah. All right.
Anyone who does keto has to 420 while fasting. That's how ketosis was before. This Kyle guy.
How do you not have a KitchenAid stand maker? So we do,
We
and
do.
it is
We
the
never use it.
biggest waste of money. Because it's just so huge.
It weighs 100 pounds.
And it's so much cleaning effort goes into it. You have to clean that big thing. You have to take the bowl out.
Yeah, I really don't like it.
Yeah, we're probably gonna like sell it or something. But we've used it twice, and the second time I used it, it was to make mashed potatoes for my stepdad.
It worked really well though, didn't it, for that?
So it's great for mashed potatoes. But we don't.
But it's so much easier just to grab out the hand mixer.
Yeah.
Matt, once I watched your tutorial on macros, I've been crushing it. Thanks. That's awesome to hear. I was actually thinking we were going to do a new sort of tutorial video on using Chronometer at some point.
Yeah, that'd be good. Matt, what editing program do you use?
Premiere Pro. We use all Adobe suites. I use Photoshop, Premiere Pro. She uses Audition for the podcasts.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to learn, especially Premiere Pro, but once you learn it, it's like, I think once whatever video editing software you learn, you just like stick with it. New Eminem album. Any good? No, it's really bad. But is this, yeah, look from yesterday was kind of funny. Huff, wait, someone donated 200 HUF. I don't know what currency that is, so thank you.
Looked like it came up as $1.99
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you guys use BCAA pre or post workout, and which ones? We don't.
We pre-workouts though. We have Scientist Nutrition that we use. And
yeah, we use a pre-workout, but we don't use any BCAAs.
And like we don't like put we don't put a lot of emphasis on post.
People ask the same questions day after day after day. I don't know how you can take it. Well, there's new people finding keto every day.
Which is the exciting part, and why we are excited to share the same information.
And there's only so many questions there that exist, right?
Yeah.
So, Eminem ripped MGK. Did you listen to this song, Megan?
Yeah, you played it out loud. Don't have liquid stevia. Can I make it from powder packets? So you can use erythritol. That's the original recipe. We're using liquid stevia, but the stevia powder packets, those aren't great, right?
Well, they make some that are really concentrated stevia, but most of the stevia powder
has
packets
some fructose in it.
Yeah, like the ones at Starbucks.
Yeah, but yeah, you could use those.
Is she from Asia?
I am from Asia.
G. Henry donated $2. Thank you.
Bring them up.
Come on. So I was wondering what could I use to make baked goods more moist? Come on.
So our ricotta, cinnamon ricotta cake is the most moist recipe you're gonna eat, and it's the ricotta cheese really adds like no flavor, but a lot of like moist denseness. Right?
Also, if you have the Keto Made Easy, the zucchini bread. Zucchini makes it really moist. We also have zucchini pizza muffins on our food blog.
Super moist, yeah. So really anything like with a lot of water content is what's making it moist, right? Because ricotta cheese and then the zucchini.
Could y'all make homemade red sauce? Not a fan of jar sauce. Funny story. After my mom saw the video of me making the ricotta manicotti, she called me the next morning and she was like, "Why are you using the store-bought ricotta? You have to go to the Italian store, El Camo's. That's the one in Michigan that we went to."
And but the exciting part about it is that we now know she watches our videos because she's never talked about our business or acted like
she pretends it doesn't happen.
Yeah, she pretends it doesn't exist, but now we know.
Well, she got the cookbook, so she knows that too.
Okay, she knows, yeah, which is cool.
Have you two ever fasted for any long length of time?
4 days is the longest. We've gone 96 hours, and it was enduring.
Yeah, it was tough. I wouldn't do it again personally. And maybe if I had a lot of weight to lose, I think fasting is something I would do because I think it's easier the more body fat you have. When you're pretty lean, I think it can be kind of tough. For like extended fast, like 4 or 5 days.
Someone said, "Oh, podcast? Yeah, we have a podcast, guys. Keto for Normies, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple, wherever you can get. And then we also have all the podcast episodes on our blog. So, Keto for Normies, ketoconnect.net/episode 61. That's the one from today. If you just type that in your browser, you can hear it. It's really good.
Matthew Newbold's making them. He said they're in the oven.
Yay!
We got a $2 donation, but it says message retracted.
I hope it was not something too important.
Sue Lowe donated $5. Thank you. Ideal chronometer after Matt mentioned it just to check it out, but it keeps including sugar, alcohol, and my net carbs, even though I checked the option not to. Yeah, that is problematic. I haven't done much with sugar alcohols in chronometer. Have you?
No.
Gotta look into that. A-Rod donated $2.
Who's your favorite football team? We like the Eagles. I'm from Philadelphia, and I just grew up on them. Why do you laugh?
Her brother has season tickets. I went to a game with him one time.
Every time you talk about sports or you try to say anything that wouldn't naturally be considered like a female-oriented thing, he just laughs at me.
No, I don't.
I just said my favorite team's the Eagles, and you just like laugh.
Because I know how much you watch the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a diehard.
Nanette Johnson, $2 donation. Thank you so much for helping me transform my life.
Wow.
You did most of it.
Yeah, exactly. You did all the work.
But thank you.
Did you post a recipe for the mug cake? I tuned in late. We have been talking about mug cakes, but there is no mug cake recipe to talk about.
But we have a basic recipe that we always do.
Yeah, we have a couple on our food blog, and then the Fat Bomb Bible has how many mug cakes? 6 mug cakes?
I think.
Super good. But we basically just do a scoop of protein powder, an egg, tablespoon of fat, so butter or coconut oil, and then some liquids like flax milk or even water to thin it out a little. There you go.
I had a nurse tell me that you can only do keto for a short amount of time because it's bad for the kidneys. Why would it be bad for the kidneys? It's not bad for the kidneys. We're not doctors.
A lot of people associate keto diet
with
high protein, oddly, maybe just because of the Atkins correlation. But even then, there's not a lot of evidence or proof that high protein diets are detrimental to your kidneys.
It's only with pre-existing kidney issues.
And even then, it's not strong. But yes, it's with pre-existing kidney issues. Someone said Cowboys and Patriots.
Cowboys and Patriots, you just like the two?
No, someone said Cowboys, someone said Patriots.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't like people that just hop on bandwagons.
Do you ever cheat by grabbing a few chips or popcorn if it's there?
We don't have it there.
No, but we don't. I wouldn't even do that.
Yeah.
Right?
See, I'm not the type of person who's just grabbing a few chips and then I'm like back.
I'm
eating
strategically
keto.
Getting a bag, bringing it home, and finding a show if I'm going to do it.
Like grabbing a few chips isn't worth it to me, but if there's like a baker's dozen of donuts, that's a different story. Rebecca, $2 donation. Y'all have been amazing in my keto journey.
Thank you.
Leslie Nash, $10 donation.
Ooh.
Jessica Shelton, $2, and she has eggs and bacon frying.
Whoa. Seahawks.
Is it normal to get gout after 4 weeks? I found out I have it. Oddly, a lot of people were talking about gout this morning on Instagram. I don't know. Are you like predisposed to gout? Is that something you were going to get inevitably? And like with or without the keto diet? I feel like that's what I would want to know. When you are bulking, what are max carbs before getting kicked out of ketosis? So that's going to be very different person to person. I've done 50 carbs and not been kicked out of ketosis. I could probably go higher. I just haven't.
Yeah, I think I can go like pretty high without really getting kicked out of ketosis. I think maybe like right post meal, I'll be maybe out of ketosis, but next morning I'll be back in.
Yeah.
And I haven't really experimented that much. Like the most I'll ever really do is like 40 total, maybe like 25 to 30 net. But I feel like I could get away with like 100 net carbs.
Yeah, you definitely could.
On days where I work out pretty hard. But is the point just to like get away with as much as possible, or is it to try figuring out what makes you really feel good?
Some people it's just to get away with as much as possible, and that's fine.
Detroit Lions ride or die.
Why? Just kidding. My muscles have been twitchy, just like I have restless leg syndrome, but not in my legs. Any thoughts? What I'm doing wrong? It could be electrolytes. That's the first thing I think of, right?
Yep.
What does twitching really occur from?
I don't know.
Like muscle spasms and things like that? I'm gonna say it's electrolyte supplementation.
Do you
Hydration.
supplement?
Make sure you're hydrating also.
Do you supplement much with electrolytes? And a lot of people that start doing keto, they also start just doing like stop, drop, and chug water things, which is super dumb, especially if you're not also taking an adequate electrolytes. Because if you're just starting keto and you're slamming water, that's actually like counter hydrating. You need electrolytes to hold on to the water. Gout is from increased uric acid buildup. 18 minutes till game time.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I was just thinking, nowadays I wake up like a normal adult person does, like early in the morning. But when I was a kid, I used to wake up and it'd be like game time.
Yeah.
You know, like I'd
Well,
wake
also,
up,
when we
have
lived
breakfast, game time.
When we lived in San Francisco, you wake up at 10 a.m. But I like that now that I think back to it. Because then you can start your drinking day like at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Because that's what we would do, right?
It was actually really fun being like
And then
hungover, waking up, football starts at 10 a.m.
And
just
then
laying
the
on
night's
couch.
over earlier, so you're not also like drinking way into the night.
That's what I hate. The Monday night football game from last week ended at like 2 a.m.
Yeah. Magnesium helps with twitching muscles, someone said.
Someone says Dr. Berg has a video on keto and gout. Yeah, first thing to do if you have some kind of symptom, honestly, is search Dr. Berg. He has such great info. At least he like has you pointed in the right direction. Like these are his thoughts. Probably research it a little bit further, but he has basically a video on keto and how it relates to everything. Dr. Berg is a keto god, says Kyle. Kyle's getting the MVP of the chat today, I think. Kyle, are you in Atlanta area talking about a meetup?
This is my first time seeing you guys.
Now that we know Kyle's got can of butter.
How much weight have you lost using keto? None.
None.
Well, we've lost weight during, I guess, no. I haven't lost really any weight while on keto. Right now, we're trying to put on muscle, so that's been fun. But yeah, neither of us had weight like
we started
weight
this way. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, it is a little like blurry on Facebook.
Is it?
Do y'all drink beer? Just curious, because game day, and I love beer. What brand is keto friendly? I think your best bet is probably to not just get your drunkenness solely from beer. Probably supplement a little bit of hard liquor in there.
Start with the shot of whiskey.
Yeah, start with the shot of whiskey.
To smooth the palate out, and then beers.
But you can do Michelob Ultra is actually probably the best option.
That's super gross.
Yeah.
But like Bud Light is like 5 or 6 carbs.
Bud Light.
So if you're down to just do like 2 beers.
The tall boys, there's actually a few decent tall boy options. Like, what is it called? Like Milwaukee Ice or something.
Ew.
We have a video on it.
Yeah, we do. Tip for curbing late night cravings. Okay, so we all have them.
Yep.
A good tip is to cut your window off. So that's what Matt and I have been doing. 6 p.m. food is over. So we'll have dinner at 5. We'll have a snack right after dinner, like mug cake or whatever we want, some macadamia nuts, pili nuts, and then we'll just call it at 6, and that's it. We're good, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to implement, staying away from late night cravings.
Catherine Madrigal, $15 donation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all your videos and creating good recipes.
What platform is Matt reading from? Just YouTube?
Yeah, it's a YouTube chat.
I read the Facebook questions normally, and Matt does the YouTube.
Natty Light, yeah, that's one of the good ones.
Hey!
What's he
Come
doing?
here. He's trying to get cat poop.
Where do you get the breakdown on the different forms of magnesium without someone trying to sell their products? Honestly, I don't know. All I know is citrate has more of a laxative effect, right? And
Yeah.
glycinate is what I use for better sleep at night. But there's I don't really know. Most of them are trying to sell products, but you can get, if you go to examine.com, I think they have an article on magnesium absorption, the different forms.
Matt, did you have trouble hitting your PRs, dads and bench, when you first started keto?
Yeah, I did.
How long?
For about 6 weeks. And I think that's normal. I think I was feeling not quite as good in the gym for a while until I really more committed to keto, having actually high fat. Yeah. I tried doing targeted keto diet and stuff for a while, but now thinking back, I'm realizing that was just because I wasn't fully bought in enough. Football time. Lost 65 pounds. Thanks, Mama Bird.
Someone said that?
Yeah.
Ah, good job to you. Thoughts on sugar-free creamers? What do they use to sweeten it?
Sugar-free creamers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would have to know what they use, but probably not a big deal.
It's probably, let me look one up
Depends
here.
on how much you're using, I suppose.
Is there any more on there?
Do you sell merch? Yes, we do. I don't. What is
It
it?
should be linked in our YouTube videos.
In all of our YouTube videos, it's linked.
Okay, so the sugar-free creamer, it's 2 carb per tablespoon. It has water. Wait, it says sugar-free, but it has corn syrup solids as a second ingredient. So
Probably not the best.
it's definitely not the best. I think a better option to go would be using heavy cream and then a little bit of
Stevia.
flavored stevia, or even if you want to get those flavored skinny coffee syrup things.
Like Torani or
Yeah.
whatever.
That's going to be better than this. Just make your own.
Any idea why when I work out during keto, my muscles hurt worse than anything? Again, I think that's going to be electrolyte supplementation. I don't really know. Is there anything that helps with recovery more so?
Recovery after a workout?
Yeah.
Just need to go outside again.
No, he wants our attention.
When I work out keto, my muscles hurt worse than anything. I guess electrolytes would be something to try.
Maybe have you just started also? Maybe you're not fully adapted and you're still in that gray area where your workouts aren't going to be as optimal.
Yeah, I don't really know. You can also try do you feel more restored after a workout when you have more carbs, when you do your 30 grams after a workout?
What is me?
Yeah.
Oh, what did you ask?
Do you feel better after a workout when you have more carbs?
I don't feel better or worse. I just I don't know. Maybe because of the workout, I'm more comfortable digesting it, and it feels more like fuel than if I were just sedentary all day and then ate a bunch of carbs. So
strategic carbs help with muscle pain, says Angela.
Okay, that's great advice.
I can get behind that. Yeah.
What is the brand of sugar-free maple syrup you guys use? We use Walden Farms, but not a lot. Right now we're using it. I use it occasionally. Matt doesn't even really use it.
How long till you're considered keto adapted? That's a good question, and I think most people will tell you 6 weeks to 12 weeks, maybe somewhere in there. But I feel more keto adapted after 2 years than I was after 1 year too. So I think it's just a never-ending gradient of further keto adaptation. Right? Would you say so?
Yeah, I would agree. Just made your ricotta cinnamon cake yesterday. Thank you. It's so good. It is really, really good. I do love that cake.
Deborah Lynn, $2 donation. What number is full-blown ketosis? I'm 0.4 always.
How do you feel? You know, like what is your diet looking like? Do you have an overall better lifestyle? Is your health improving in other ways? So if all those answers are like good, yes, great, then I think the 0.4 is less important.
Yeah. Most people will say 0.5, but some people will even say 1.5 to 3 is like optimal range, which is nonsense.
But focusing solely on the keto numbers isn't going to do,
Yeah.
you know, what the diet actually does any justice.
You guys rock. I love your recipes. Thank you. Do y'all eat popcorn? No, but actually Mega the past, like a couple weeks ago, you tried doing a little?
Yeah, I've eaten it twice so far, just in small amounts, obviously. Right after a workout on leg days, because I increase my carbs on those days. And yeah, I haven't had any issues. I've tested afterwards. And my blood glucose was 80 and my ketones were still at 1.2 an hour post.
Well, how many grams of carbs from popcorn did you have?
30.
Okay. How much popcorn is that?
6 cups.
That's a pretty good amount, right?
Yeah.
Enough for like a movie?
Yeah, but not a lot of carbs.
Okay.
In my opinion, because I'm doing pretty high carb these days. Do you like Lakanto monk fruit products? I like the Lakanto syrup. The maple syrup, I don't like. We've tried it.
You just said you like the syrup.
No, sorry. The liquid sweetener I really like.
Yeah, that's the only thing we tried the brownies too.
Which are
in our product review.
amazing, really, but just the serving size is 1/16, which is this small.
Yeah.
Come on.
Angelina donated $5. I just started keto for the 5th time in my life. I have Hashimoto/IR. What's IR? Do you know?
No.
Which makes it hard for me to lose weight. Your channel has given me hope. Aww. Okay, I've actually just been reading a lot about this. This is not any kind of recommendation, but if you have like Hashimoto's, is that an autoimmune thing or is that a thyroid?
I'm pretty sure it's autoimmune.
Oh.
Thyroid issues can be autoimmune.
Okay, because a lot of thyroid issues are from iodine. So I just read this book, The Iodine Crisis, and it's very interesting, and it's making me, today's the first day I'm starting to supplement iodine. I'll let you know how it goes. IR is insulin resistance, I think. Hashimoto's is thyroid related. Okay, yeah. So anything thyroid related, maybe do some research on iodine. I don't know. I'm just like getting into this, so it's not a recommendation.
I found your cookbook here in Kentucky and scooped it up. The wife couldn't make it without your delicious mud cake recipe. Thank you.
All right, guys. I think that's it. Do you want to show them what they're looking like, or
yeah?
Take a peek real quick. Are they?
I can show them.
Okay. They're not done yet, but we'll show them. Yeah. They need much longer.
Yeah. So they still got 28 minutes to go.
That MCT oil you take as opposed to coconut oil, what is the difference? So MCT oil is just the MCT. So coconut oil, it's about 60% MCTs, but like 90% of those MCTs are C12. I think it's, what is it, lauric acid? No. Lauric acid? It's
caprylic.
No.
Caprylic C10.
Is it? What's C12?
Lauric acid, yeah.
Okay, so it's mostly C12, which isn't really MCT. So when you get MCT oil, it's C8 and C10, which in coconut oil, there's only like about 9% of the calories are from those. So it's much different from coconut oil. And it like is digested a lot faster and you metabolize it into ketones much faster. Why are you starting iodine? Because
there's a crisis.
Because there's a crisis, but because for a couple of reasons. First off, do your research. This is not advice, but like in our diet, we don't get barely any iodine, especially doing keto and using sea salts all the time.
Not iodized
Not
salt.
iodized salts. And the environment that we're in nowadays is highly bromine concentrated, which is the antithesis of iodine. I wanted to use a vocab word. So it's like the opposite of iodine. They compete for the same receptors. And things like mattresses, they're flame retardants. They're high in
Carpet.
bromine. Carpet, stuff like that. Toothpaste, high in bromine. So we get a lot of bromine. We don't get anywhere near as much iodine anymore. So it makes sense to me why it would work, and I'll report back on
Today's
what
day
it is.
one of
Today's day one.
supplementation. There can be some detox symptoms, but definitely don't just take our word for it. Like, do your research if you're gonna like get into it, because you can't just take iodine. We're also taking like magnesium, selenium, and different other things throughout the day. It's an entire protocol. So
Yeah.
we will keep you updated, but it's just been one day. We got it.
And a lot of people talking about using seaweed. I actually read that. So in this iodine crisis book, pick it up before you guys decide to do this. You don't want to get iodine from seaweed because of the Hiroshima thing. Apparently that like really impacts like the world.
Hiroshima?
Yeah. Like, or no, the nuclear
Yeah.
spill.
Yeah.
Not Hiroshima, I think it was something else. There was some nuclear reactor thing in Japan. Like it highly messed with the ocean's seaweed and stuff. So if you're getting concentrated iodine from seaweed, where they like take a bunch of seaweed and just get the iodine, you might get like high levels of that. They don't recommend that.
And then someone said eggs have iodine, which is true, but it's not in a lot, right? It's just in a small amount, iodine in eggs.
Fukushima. Yeah, I think it's pretty low.
All right.
Last question. Unpopular opinions, one each. I like that.
What does that mean?
Just what's an opinion you hold that's unpopular?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'd like just keto or anything.
Maybe anything?
Ugh.
Unpopular opinions. I don't have one.
I feel like cats are better than dogs.
Yeah, that's kind of unpopular, but I'll come
There's
with
no
one.
such thing as destiny.
Okay, I'll come back with one.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging, guys.
We'll see you next week.
And share your pictures on Instagram. We'll share ours because there's going to be another 20 minutes, right?
Happy Football Sunday.
Are you ready for some football?